The old Whitmore School had been abandoned for over 20 years. No one went near it, not even the bravest kids in town. They said the school was cursed, that something dark still lingered in its crumbling halls. But when 6 friends dared each other to spend the night inside, they thought it was just another ghost story. They were wrong. As soon as they stepped inside, the heavy doors slammed shut behind them. The air smelled of dust and decay, but something else, too, something rotten. "We shouldn't be here," Lucy whispered, gripping her flashlight. "Scared already?" Jake teased, but his voice wavered. They walked through the dark halls, their footsteps echoing eerily. Old desks lay overturned, papers scattered as if the students had left in a hurry. The chalkboard still bore the faint outline of words, as though someone had just erased them. Then they heard it, a faint scraping noise. "Maybe it's just the wind," Ryan muttered. But there was no wind. The sound grew louder. Scrape, scrape, scrape. They turned a corner and froze. A single desk stood upright in the middle of the hallway. But it hadn't been there before. Did someone move that?" Lily stammered. Then, the whispering began. Faint, sinister voices slithered through the air, speaking in a language none of them understood. The walls seemed to breathe, shadows flickered, moving even where there was no light. "Run!" Tyler shouted. They sprinted back the way they came, but the hallways stretched on, twisting and shifting like a living maze. No matter which way they turned, they ended up back in the same spot, where the desk had moved. Then they saw her, a girl, standing at the end of the hall. Her long black hair hung over her face, her school uniform tattered. Her feet didn't touch the ground. Her head snapped up. Her eyes were hollow pits of darkness. She screamed, a terrible sound that shattered the air. The walls cracked, the ceiling groaned, and suddenly, the friends were being dragged toward her by invisible hands. One by one, they disappeared into the shadows. Their screams echoed long after they were gone. By morning, the school was silent once more. The doors stood wide open. But the 6 friends were never seen again. And if you listen closely near the ruins of Whitmore School, you can still hear the whispers.